Jermaine is definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Amazing. The crowd was going off, parents were going off, and he had everybody up and dancing and cheering and everything. And that was like a real special moment. That was actually awesome.
There's no magical story of how I fell in love with music because I feel I was born into it. I grew up listening to all genres of music from late 50s, early 60s, country, rock, alternative, hip hop, R&B, reggae, like you name it, I was listening to it. And I was always sitting in front of the TV watching music videos, trying to sing and dance along. I thought it was popping. But my family, I know they thought I was crazy, like, what, sit your down, but I'm sure they get the big picture now, like it was just rehearsal for me. My parents had me at a young age, and my mom's really independent. Right after she had me, she went right back to school, finished grade 12, then she moved us out of my grandparents' house into an apartment, and we really didn't have much, but she had a way of making $1 out of 15 cents, and always made sure I had the best of everything. And that's why I have such a respect for women and why I'm so inspired by them. My Nana, she would watch me while my mom was in school. I would go to her house every weekend. She is most definitely my favorite person in the world. Can't even put into words how much I love her. My grandpa, well, I call him Poppy. He's been the male figure in my life, and I got to see how hard he worked. And he wouldn't eat until the whole entire family ate. And he said a man should always have a savings and should at least have $20 in his pocket at all times. So that's where I really got my work ethic and my grind from. And my aunt, I could ask her for anything. I could talk to her about anything. She's the best aunt anybody could ask for. My father, he's been absent most part of my life. But because I'm so close to my mom's family, I was really unfazed by it. But I did get the chance to ask him why he wasn't around. And I got my answer. So I just take it as a lesson learned. How to treat a woman, how not to treat a woman. And if or when I have a child, how I'm gonna treat him or her.
And that's what makes Jermaine an amazing person. And wow, like there's times that I'm listening to Jermaine and I'm like, Jermaine, you're so strong. Like, how do you even like go on in life dealing with all this stuff with your family? And like, you're so like, you don't make it faze you, and you're just so cool about everything. Like, I would be an emotional wreck, and that's what's the best part about being Jermaine's friend, is that he's such a rock.
I'm so thankful and appreciative of my family and everything they've done for me. In high school, I took keyboard classes. I did a lot of school talent shows. That's the point of my life I really dove into dancing. I would go to all the ages clubs all the time. I'd be the little dude in the middle of the circle, getting all that attention. So I really, really took to dancing.
One thing that people don't know, the stuff that happened at DLM is we used to have these dance battles. Like, it was very intense. It was huge. People used to come out. We had parents. We had everybody gather around, and they wanted to see like this whole dance battle. And we did it at the end of every class, and it was always Jermaine. Jermaine was always in it, and there was this challenger. Whoever was challenging him, we had this guy who was like so confident that he could take on Jermaine. So he was like, hey, me, I'm gonna do it. I'm ready. And he offered to go first. And I mean, he went first. Everybody was laughing. It was like comedy and very serious at the same time, because this guy who volunteered really wanted to win. And then Jermaine came in, and it was crazy. He just like killed it. It was amazing. The crowd was going off, parents were going off, and he had everybody up and dancing and cheering and everything, and that was like a real special moment.
I believe because I have a softer voice and I didn't really like talking around people I didn't know. So I think that's why I really took to dancing, but I want to push myself out of that. So I auditioned for Idol. And I write a lot of poetry. And I really like playing around with fashion. And I didn't really get into rap at that point. Like only when I was on the block, just messing around, acting a fool. I would just spit a couple bars, and dudes was like, "Oh, that's poppin', son. Like, do that, I was like, "Yeah, get out of here." So when I heard Olivia's Biz Ounce and she said, "So nigga, fuck you," I was like, "What?" And that was that moment where I knew I wanted to rap and sing at the same time. The dudes in school, they just love talking behind my back. They call me every last name in the book, spread every type of rumor. They broke into my locker. They made fake internet accounts. They want to put hands on me, but that most definitely wasn't going down. And I just look at that as another lesson learned. Made my skin thicker and prepare me for the uglier side of success.
Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jermaine's a fighter. Like, he doesn't fight. He only fights when he needs to. But I'll tell you right now, when he starts something, he best believe he finishes it. So you gotta make sure that you're on your P's and Q's with this nigga.
Weeks after I graduated high school, my homegirl booked us an appointment with a talent agency. They ended up really liking me, so I signed with them. And 2 days after I got my headshots done, started taking acting and dance classes, joined 2 different dance groups, started competing in dance competitions and performing at corporate shows. I auditioned for everything possible.
His work ethic, he's the type of dude, you just need to tell him what to do once and he gets right on it. You don't need to repeat yourself or anything. That's one of the things I respect about him. When it's time for work, he works. So he gets down to it.
Did a lot of background work on TV shows and movies and music videos. I landed a commercial, a few photo shoots, a music video, and a spot on MTV Sweet 16.
Is knowing how to move. And since it's my birthday, I have to dance better than everyone else.
I need to impress people with my dance skills.
Working behind the scenes, I just learned so much and gained a humongous amount of respect for everyone who works behind the scenes. And at that point in time, I started to dive into modeling, so to speak, and started taking a lot of creative photos to show each part of my personality and enhance them. And I think it's the dopest thing to capture that on film. With everything that I was doing, it still wasn't enough to pay the bills, so I had to get a 9-to-5 and juggle everything. And back and forth on the subway, falling asleep on the bus. It was just madness. It was really chaotic.
All right, so Jermaine is totally juggling his life all the time. He is at work. He's constantly doing his music, his dance, his acting.
I started teaching dance classes and a dance group and personal lessons, and I slowly made my way up the ladder from taking dance classes to teaching dance classes, from being in a dance group to teaching a dance group. I really like to push myself and evolve.
Basically, me and Jermaine started off at a dance studio called DLM, which stood for Dance Like Me. And at DLM, we basically taught reggae and it was infused with hip hop. So it was really dope. We had a lot of kids coming out. We're giving back to the community at the same time. And we also made a name for ourselves. With that came auditions for movies and, music videos and stuff. So we worked on quite a bit. And Jermaine is very talented. He picks up really fast. He's definitely a freestyler. He has his own vibe going on. You could turn music on and he just turn it on. He knows how to entertain. He's an entertainer. And he can entertain the crowd very well. And we're so similar. He's like the male version of me.
So I took everything that I've learned and I wanted to apply it to my own music and own music career. So I hooked up with my friend's cousin and started working on my first musical project with him, and I came to him with a bunch of crazy ideas and crazy concepts and a bunch of samples. I knew the first thing I wanted to do was show respect to those who came before me and show my knowledge of the game. So started with the R&B part of things. I got the Smokey Robinson, the Temptations, R. Kelly, Aaliyah, SWV, up to Rihanna. And then in the hip hop part of things, I went to the Dougie Fresh, to the Kim, to the Nicki, and made sure my samples covered everything.
So with the mixtape, Jermaine's mixtape, Anomaly, I think what he did best was bring in a good variety of songs. Just every song had a different feel to it. Every song could have a different audience in mind, and it's something that everybody could really rock out to. You know, he had the songs for the more soulful people, he had the songs for the people in the club, he had the songs for the people in love, he had everything.
So I co-produced every last track. I wrote everything by myself, and as far as my writing process, I usually create best when my mind's just free. So when I'm chilling in the bed in the AM or cleaning the house or in the shower, like my mind just has to be free and it just comes to me.
Jermaine's music, his talent for producing and coming up with his own stuff is absolutely insane. He is so out there and everything. It's like he doesn't have anybody trying to tell him what to do. It's all him. It's all his ideas. It's all his thoughts. My favorite track of Jermaine is Rain. Oh my goodness, like you hear me dancing to it, dancing along, like trying to sing along because, well, you know I can't sing, but seriously, like he is just so talented. Like the video just, you believe it. Like that's the best thing about him is that everything he does, you believe.
Like my freak out track, I think it was 6 a.m. I couldn't sleep and I just put the beat on and I just heard it. I started mumbling, and after I mumble it, I usually just fill in the mumbles with words and all the turned into on your mark, said go, here we go, have a little drink and have a little draw, and that's really how my writing process goes.
On your mark, set, go. Here we go. Have a little drink and have a little draw. Turn on the cam and stop the freak show. I'ma let you flow from your head.
There was a cohesive sound to his the music, from the vocals to the production. Everything had something that was just so Jermaine, and he really delivered it well.
As far as showing respect and the knowledge goes, what I didn't cover was the samples. I made sure I referenced in my tracks. Like I referenced Big, Jay-Z, Nas, Foxy. When I did my Rain track, I made sure I started it off with some LL Cool J because he's the first dude who ever did a love hip hop track. So my first words are, when I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. And anyone who knows rap knows that's LL Cool J's I Need Love. So I thought it was most important that I show respect to everybody. With all my previous work, I'm able to style myself and come up with some of my own concepts for my photo shoots and my music videos. I'm really hands-on with all my visuals. For instance, this one photo shoot I've done, I had to break in there with a climb the fence and walk around the building and hop in a window. It was this old factory from the 1960s with 3 stories. It looked like something straight out of a horror movie, but I just had to get some dope shots, so I did what I had to do. When it comes to my music videos, my first video was Talk to Me, and I just wanted to keep it real street, real raw, so it was just me and the cameraman in the alleyway, kept it real simple.
So Jermaine initially came to me with a little bit of direction for a music video concept for Talk to Me, and we worked on that together. He definitely knew exactly what he wanted. His vision is precise, and all I did was try to deliver. And that grew into a relationship where we worked into other songs. We worked with The Rain, we worked on Grenade, Freak Out, different videos, different concepts, and he wanted to keep everything fresh, keep everything exciting, but he definitely knew exactly where to go with everything.
My second video was Freak Out, and I had the Jodeci sample, so I wanted that Jodeci flavor, that bad boy swag, all black, hands in the air, just real vibe out video. My third video was Rain, and I really wanted to display a little bit of my acting abilities and be a little cinematic with it. So I was just dropping on my knees. I ended up cutting them up so bad, hands in the air, it was raining.
It was actually amazing. He had this scene where like there was water and he was coming up from like some ocean and it was raining and it was very intense, and I was told that it was very cold that day, and the fact that he still went out there and did his thing, because if it was me, y'all know I would not be getting in no damn water. Minus degrees or whatever, Celsius, whatever it is, and freezing my butt off, feeling like Frosty Snowman coming up out of water with rain. That is not my stuff. But he is like a real champion. He's a real artist. He went, did his thing.
The music video shoot for The Rain, he was just constantly drowning himself, trying to get the right take, the right look. And in the end, I think the result spoke for itself. You know, it was a great video, and yeah, that's how you know how dedicated to his craft he is.
You just zone out to deliver a good product. It doesn't matter about all the elements and all that other stuff. As long as you can deliver, that's all that matters.
I remember the first time I saw one of Jermaine's music videos, and it was amazing. Just the music flow to it, the way it's put together, the setting, the dancing, the choreography, everything was top notch. And that's one thing that I love about his work, his music and his performances, is that there's been so many music videos out there, and definitely from his you can see the originality and the creative part where it just separates himself as an artist.
My next video was Grenade, and when I made it, and the hook, the Rihanna hook, I pitched with a grenade. It was just automatically, I just thought army. So that video, I remember, I got burnt.
So how you know Jermaine is so dedicated to his craft and the people is because I was there for the video shoots, and with the Grenade, for example, when he was working on Grenade, we were using these flares, and he burned himself in the process, but he kept it going, you know, he stuck through like a soldier.
And the first thing I remember that popped in my head, I'm like, my hair's gonna catch on fire like the MJ video. And it was crazy, but I'm like, okay, keep pushing, Jermaine, just keep pushing. And the last video I did was the Cypher video, and I just wanted to pay homage to all the videos I grew up watching. And I believe I achieved that with the dog and the girls and the dudes with the tags and just every little last detail, like the 40, the rolling the dice, the car rolling up. I just really wanted to make sure I delivered that old school flavor.
Jermaine and I have definitely been through a lot of stuff together, whether it's waking up super early to make it on set on time. We would be filming all around the city. There'd be times where we would film to about 4, 5 a.m., go to sleep for 2 hours, get up out again for like another 16-hour day on set.
The attention so far from the videos that me and Jermaine made have been phenomenal. I mean, the feedback's been great, getting a lot of good comments. Views are going up every day. You know, new fans, new people getting with the movement, and I think it's a great look for Jermaine.
I always try to do as many behind the scenes to all of my music videos and photo shoots as possible to give people a little glimpse into all the hard work that goes into the work that I do. And I think it's really important for everyone to have a positive message behind everything they do. So I made sure I made a motivational video with a very inspirational quote. And at the end of the video it says, "The only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Stay committed." And I stand really strongly behind staying committed and being yourself. So I made sure I really delivered that message to people.
What can I say? He's interesting. I mean, there was one time we're at this huge party and we're just having fun, you know? I ended up getting really sick and he helped me through it all. Like, he's getting me water, picking me up. Like, he didn't even care going back to the party. He was just with me and, you know, taking care of me. So I think I really respected him for that. He's just a really good friend. And I enjoy his company. I love him for that.
I have to say the best part out of everything I do is when people enjoy my work. Like, I always make my work in hopes that people will enjoy it, but when they turn around and tell me, oh, that was dope, have that on my iPod, it's the most overwhelming feeling. I just become silent and I just smile. Like, it's so humbling and it's just the most amazing feeling. My biggest dream is to perform on stage with my family in the front row at a highly televised event and just share that moment with my family of all the hard work and perseverance paying off, and just run up to my grandma and just be like, Nana, I did it, I made it, and I feel everything else cannot compare to that moment.
Where I see Jermaine in the future is probably, I don't even know how to speak about it because he is 100% on a next level for sure. He is so talented. He's a quadruple threat. So I don't even know, like, I see him probably even writing music for other celebrities, maybe even opening up his own like fashion line, because Jermaine knows how to dress. Like, sometimes he'd be telling me, Tanika, you better go change your outfit. Seriously. But he's just on a next level.
He's just a really good artist and I just hope he goes far because he's really talented and I would hate to see that to go to waste. Honestly, I just hope he doesn't forget us, you know, me and everybody else who's doing the biography today. I just hope he sticks around and keeps contact because we all love him, like truly love him, and I just hope he does good, you know?
I see Jermaine in 5 years is definitely going to be everywhere, on newsstands, commercials. You won't be able to enter a cafe without hearing his voice. And that's one thing I love about him, is that he's the type of person that will never stop working hard at what he does because he truly loves it. And you can see that in his performances, in his music, in his videos. When he's on the big screen, you can just tell that it comes from his heart and it's pure passion and love for what he does.
Jermaine definitely can accomplish a lot because of his drive. I think that's the main thing that's going to get him where he wants to be. When he wants something done, he gets it done on time, and he'll do whatever to make sure it's done. And I think that his drive, his focus, his determination, that's exactly what's going to make him successful. He definitely has longevity, you know, because he's constantly trying to keep his sound fresh, constantly trying to cater to people, but while catering to people, he's trying to maintain what makes him himself. I think that's exactly what you need to have longevity in this game.
I'm just a humble guy with a big imagination, a lot of goals, chasing his dreams and making the most out of life.